Watch the headbutts and elbows. No rabbit punches, no low blows. This will not be a clean fight, so protect yourself at all times. The underdogs are coming for the throne. This is the B-Sides Boxing Podcast.
Let's do the thing that we do. All right. Welcome, beloved listener, because there's only one of you, maybe two.
Hey.
Welcome back to another edition of B-Sides Boxing. I'm joined by Drip and Shanata once again. Land of the Rising Sun. I think it's already risen at this point, but it's all good.
Yeah. The sun comes up early here.
We've got quite a bit of extracurricular news, more than reviews and previews. So let's get right into it. No fun shit to throw out, because we've got fun shit on December 23rd. That was supposed to be the original date for Fury versus Usyk. Obviously, that got pushed back. So, Daddy Eddie decided to step in and put together a stacked card, like a who's who of everything.
I don't want to hear any Eddie Hearn slander after this.
Renowned author Eddie Hearn. So let's just list these off real quick, and then we'll go from the bottom, or let's just go from the bottom up here. So we got Jai Opetaia. He's the probably, I want to say, consensus best cruiserweight right now. He's pretty solid. If you haven't seen him fight before, I highly recommend it. I haven't seen who his opponent's going to be yet.
I think it actually got announced.
Oh, really?
Ellis Zorro. That's who it is.
Oh, damn.
Zorro.
It must be an IBF.
It's a big who.
Right. Was this joke? Like you know how the Brits say like cheeky Nando's. So the joke was
No.
was cheeky Mandos with Eddie and the IBF.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, I like Nando's.
I've never had it, so I can't really say. But I hear it's
actually
good.
had it. First time I had it was actually in Chicago instead of the UK. But
Yeah.
I had the one in the UK too, and it was a night and day difference. But
Really?
anyway, that's a different story.
So Jai Opetaia is probably doing another IBF mandatory here, which is fine, I guess. Filip Hrgović. Has his opponent been announced? Because I didn't see.
Yes, it's Mark DeMori. Last I heard.
Lame.
Another who.
Yeah. So something interesting that I saw about this was that Hrgović is the IBF #1 ranked contender, and Otto Wallin is #2. If you know or don't know, whatever, the IBF never fills when they put out their contender list, they never fill the first and second slots, because their bylaws require that the first or second guy is a mandatory shot at the champion, right? So they typically don't have them filled. Now, if they have Hrgović and Wallin at 1 and 2, they are clearly one of these two guys has to get the shot at whoever wins between Fury and Usyk. Assuming Hrgović wins, or like if they weren't fighting here, like Hrgović would get the first shot. But Fury and Usyk have bi-directional rematch clauses set up, just like Spence and Crawford did. So after the first fight, they're going to be rematching. It's going to happen. Make peace with it. But the IBF is going to strip Usyk of the IBF belt.
Fucking terrible.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Right. So assuming Hrgović and Wallin's probably going to lose to AJ, but Hrgović, we're assuming he wins. He's probably going to fight whoever the next top contender is for the vacant belt. So
Ridiculous.
Yeah, that situation's playing out in welterweight as well. Terence Crawford got his IBF belt stripped, and Jaron Ennis got elevated to full champion, which is lame. Not the way you want to win a title there, I would expect.
I mean, if Devin Haney can do it and feel good about it.
So that's a situation with Hrgovic. Frank Sanchez versus Junior Fa. This one was kind of fun. I like Frank Sanchez. They called him ESPN referred to him as the most avoided heavyweight. Kind of agree. Also, kind of funny. Just I don't know. It's kind of maybe the same reason that like Rigondeaux was avoided for so long. Very high risk, pretty low reward. He's like a hardcore fans boxer.
Unfortunately, I don't think Junior Fa is going to go far with Frank Sanchez.
Oh.
Corny dad joke. Sorry.
Look at that. Oh, that was a good one.
The only time I've seen Junior Fa, I think, was during COVID when he fought Parker.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. No, it was Justice Hooney. Never mind. That was who I saw on a recent one.
I don't watch heavyweights very often, so.
Well, then you're probably not going to be watching this card.
Right?
No, I'll watch this card.
All right.
I just mean I don't go out of my way for the kind of B-listers.
Oh, that's unfortunate, given our
wait,
name
we're
here.
The B-sides.
Yeah,
Right.
These are the people you're supposed to advocate for.
We're supposed to like them.
All right, so
I'm here for the lower weight classes. You guys can handle the heavyweights.
So this, I have a typo here on the doc, which I'll say in a second, but I'm going to say it's a Freudian slip, okay? Because it's Daniel Dubois. No kidding, but I have it spelled Dudbois. So there you go.
That wasn't an accident.
Oh, I'm Freudian slip. I didn't do it on purpose. I promise I did not. But he's fighting Gerald Miller.
So
is this like a chicken wing eating contest, or?
I was like, can we actually dive into this one just a wee bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, so we obviously can tell Dubois, his heart's not all in it, and granted, Gerald Miller isn't the most fundamentally sound boxer, but he's a big boy. He could take a hit, and he definitely cracks. So it's like, Dubois should win, but it's also like, will he? Will he win?
If
There's
he
that
wants
question
to,
kinda...
then he could. But yeah, you're right.
Because like obviously, Dubois has been in there with higher level competition than Miller, but like every time Dubois gets cracked, it's a question of, all right, do you want to keep fighting or?
His heart isn't in it as much.
Granted, Miller doesn't have like a crazy highlight reel, but if you've seen a few of his fights, you see he just relentless pressure coming forward, and he's a big floppy guy. So it's like, I don't know. I Dubois should win, but I'm also wouldn't be surprised if he gets if he loses.
Is this based on him taking a knee against Joyce?
Knee against Joyce, knee against Usyk.
Oh, I forgot about the Usyk one. Yeah, okay.
Usyk's future children didn't forget.
Yeah, right?
That's true.
The uppercut from hell.
No, because that broken eye, his corner should have stopped it. But yeah, no, I forgot about the Usyk one.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think
he's kind of quit twice.
Exactly. So it's like, if Gerald just pressures him too much, and he probably does crack. He's 300 some pounds, the dude.
Yeah,
I'm sure he cracks hard. So it's like, on paper, Dubois should win, but I had that lingering feeling of maybe it doesn't go his way.
Might be worth placing a small bet on Miller. It's probably really wide odds.
Maybe, honestly, yeah.
The Showtime boxing podcast, rest in peace, they would refer to it, they would call it a pizza, so $20 or whatever.
Yeah, that's usually what I bet on those long shots.
Bet a pizza, maybe. Gerald Miller, I'm not sure, because since he's been caught for PEDs 4 times or whatever, then he got suspended for a decade. It doesn't seem like he has it anymore. Like he was riding his chemical hype train there for a while. And now that he's not able to use that anymore, because he's under the highest levels of scrutiny at this point, He doesn't really have. He has to rely entirely on his own ability, and I'm not entirely certain that like the skill. Yes, like he was a pretty successful kickboxer in addition to being a pretty successful boxer. So he's obviously got he has the know-how. It's just a matter of can he flop around the ring with 350 pounds for an extended period of time? If Dubois has the heart, then I really don't see a whole lot of avenues for Gerald Miller.
But that's the problem. If Dubois has the heart.
Yeah.
I mean, if Usyk cracked him and he went down, I can't imagine if like Miller lands like an overhand right on him, what would happen?
Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see what Dubois has to say about it. Yeah, that's really what it's going to come down to, is him, I think. And
I just want to throw a little side piece in there.
Yeah.
I was kind of curious.
Bivol will be fighting Lyndon Arthur. This is a unification fight, actually. I'll have you know. WBA and the very prestigious IBO. This is this is a good one.
Oh my.
Yeah, imagine that. It's going to be a 5-belt unification with better be if when that happens.
A whole lot of if, a whole lot of when.
Lyndon Arthur, not a whole lot here. Not a whole lot going on here. This is Eddie getting one of his guys paid and keeping Bivol busy since he hasn't fought in quite some time.
Mm-hmm.
Not a whole lot to expect here.
No, not much.
No, I don't recognize this guy at all, actually.
For good reason. There's not a whole lot to recognize.
He's not so much a who, but it's kind of like, oh, him.
Yeah, Lyndon Arthur. Great. What a fantastic use of Beatles' time.
Yeah, free payday for both of them.
Yeah,
that word.
Right. That's exactly what it is. These guys are getting paid. Right. Moving on to the co-main here. Wilder versus Parker. Something that I had been hoping for, I don't know, like 6 years ago. Whenever it is that Parker fucking jobbed Andy Ruiz in Auckland. I say jobbed. It was a majority decision. It was really close, but, hometown guy is going to get the nod. But, he and Parker, they were kind of the lesser skilled sort of heavyweight titleists at the time. So that's kind of fun.
Would you guys think this fight will be closer, or is Wilder going to spark him like at some point? 'Cause, I mean, Parker's really not like a slouch.
He's not. He came out really strong in his last one, the last fight in the Night of Heavyweights that was in Saudi Arabia not too long ago. So that was good, but he's been pretty flat before then. He's been winning, but it hasn't been very good. I don't know.
I think it takes a little while, but Wilder sparks him.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna last longer than Hellenius did.
Yeah,
absolutely will. It's just I would give it, I don't know,
like 6 rounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 5 to 7, 4 to 6, 4 to 7, somewhere in that neighborhood before it's over. I don't know. I guess maybe bet the over on how many rounds Parker goes. I'm gonna guess it's like the over under is gonna be like at 4 or 5.
I'll take your bet on that. I'll throw a pizza on it.
I would throw a pizza on Parker hitting the over, not winning, but he's gonna last longer than that. And finally, AJ versus Otto Wallin.
Let's talk about it.
Yeah, the guy who beat Tyson Fury on a cut. 100% beat him on a cut. Lesser fights have been stopped for lesser cuts than that.
Yep.
So, absolutely, it was caused by a punch. No matter how many ways they tried to frame it, no, that was caused by a punch, and that should have been stopped. So, Otto Wallin, the vanquisher of Tyson Fury.
So, I was listening to another not podcast, watching one of my YouTubers, favorite boxing YouTuber, Uncle Prappa. Shout out to him if he's watching this or hearing us. He threw out the fact that AJ switched up coaches. He didn't, not that he switched up coaches, actually, I shouldn't say that. He put Ben Davison as the head coach for this fight and has Derek James just on the side. And it's interesting because why would you do that last minute change up all of a sudden? You've been with DJ for, what was it, 2 fights so far? Maybe 3? I don't recall when he started with them. But why suddenly go to Ben Davison out of nowhere?
Yeah, I had heard about that, and I was a little bit confused as well. Like, why would you go from a trainer of the year type to Ben Davidson?
And honestly, like, AJ should win on paper, but Wallen's a technician, and he's a southpaw too.
And Joey Gamache is pretty underrated as a coach.
Yeah, like, I feel like everyone's kind of thinking AJ should just stomp through Wallen, but I think it's going to be closer than we expect.
Yeah.
I think Wallen's another good pizza bet.
Yeah, I would say you could put a pizza
Maybe
on
even,
him going the
maybe
distance.
a double pizza.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, maybe a pizza and a half.
Maybe like a Supreme, honestly, but
Extra toppings on this one.
yeah. I mean, honestly, like, jokes aside, I don't know what AJ's plan is. Obviously, none of us know. Like, why switch to Ben Davison last minute and then have DJ on the side for Otto Wallen, who's arguably going to be probably one of his harder fights.
Yeah.
Aside from, like, Usyk. Because, again, southpaw, technician, he's still pretty young. He's only 32. And the only loss he has is, again, should have been a win against Fury.
Yeah.
So
And AJ's not great against southpaws.
No,
not at all. So I might throw Supreme down on Wallen, honestly. Like, as much as I'm an AJ fan, like, I gotta call how I see it.
Well, and I tend to read too much into this, but AJ's been doing a lot of motivational speaking online lately, and that usually means his head's not in a good spot. He's spending way too much time trying to convince himself that he's still...
Drip, you and I were talking about this briefly, kind of on the side, was that exactly this, like, his outward demeanor is really strange, because he's trying to be, like, on social media and stuff, he's trying to be the good guy hype man, like the inspirational type of guy. But like, seeing him in press interactions, he's being a little bit more of the old Femi, the old killer of old. The old killer of old. Yeah, the classic vintage AJ.
Yeah,
that was
Roadman AJ.
Yeah, that was more of a brute, a refined brute, we could say. But yeah, it's kind of weird how he's putting himself into, like, he's split braining this a little bit.
I think he's having, honestly, like, an identity crisis.
Yeah, probably.
And I don't know if it's being, like, an media so much, like, all these sponsorships, this, that, the third, like, Wilder knows who Wilder is. Wilder is Wilder. There is no, split personality with Wilder. He's just Wilder. But AJ, you have, like, this commercial, like, just guy being positive, speaking at colleges and shit, just inspirational. Then you have Roadman AJ at press conferences. But it's like, all right, which one do we get at fights? Do we get Roadman AJ at the fight? Or do we get, like, commercial AJ at the fight?
Right, and if you don't come in, would you say that he was dominating Hellenius?
I wouldn't say dominating is the right word. I think
he looked
was ahead comfortably. Yeah, tentative is a good word. He was, like, ahead comfortably, but very, very gun shy. I wouldn't say it was a domination, though. I mean, obviously he got the KO, but it just seemed like he wasn't all there. There
were some external factors that did put Hellenius at more of a disadvantage than he already had coming in. He had just fought professionally, like, 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks before, and then comes in to fight one of the best heavyweights of the generation,
and goes to round 7, or whatever it was.
So there's a lot of external factors in that. Like, he was pretty fresh with Derek James at the time. But Hellenius was you could kind of say physically drained or a little physically exhausted already. And now, but AJ couldn't finish that before 7.
Right. Like, I think Roadman AJ from the past would have finished him in like 3.
Yeah, it would have been a lot earlier, without a doubt. So there's some questions here. So the word on the street, I mean, it's probably really obvious. If AJ and Wilder win, they're fighting each other next. I can't really speak to it without seeing this. When we see this, it's about a little over a month away. We can have a better say of what's going to happen. Mm-hmm. But assuming both of them win, I don't know. I'm not sure. Based on previous performances for AJ, he's been jumping around trainers. Wilder's been with Malik Scott for quite a while now, and that has done wonders for him. Like, technically, he's not so much the windmill Wilder that we knew before.
Mm-hmm. I think another thing to add for Wilder versus Parker, Wilder's been pretty inactive. The only thing he had was like a 2-minute round against Hellenius. That's
right.
Hardly a warm-up, so that might play a little factor into it too.
You think like in terms of ring rust?
I would say so, yeah. I wouldn't really call his like fight against Hellenius like anything special because it was like 2 minutes. What do you really like shake off in 2 minutes? So maybe some ring rust might play a factor.
So it had been quite a while from Hellenius to Fury 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you get 2 minutes you get a camp, and then 2 minutes of actual fight time, and then we got another pretty long layoff coming into this. He's also 38. So he kind of can't take like the hard back-to-back type of stuff, fighting 2-3 times a year.
Right.
Maybe the rest is good for him, well, or at least won't hurt him so much.
I don't know. I think Wilder retires by like 40, maybe, depending on what he accomplishes. Still,
if he fights AJ, then he probably retires after that. If he wins, I would say, because that's a big payday right there.
Oh, huge payday.
Yeah.
Off into the sunset, knowing you just sparked AJ. Oh, forget about it. Excuse me.
And if you want to be like the old high school quarterback holding on to your glory days, you could say that he stopped Tyson Fury as well. Yeah. And that Jack Reese was the saving grace there.
That was a long count.
It was.
That was that boy was out cold.
He was. There was I don't know how many videos I saw that were floating around social media of people going frame by frame. When Tyson Fury lands, they start a clock and then let it play through. And yeah, he doesn't beat the count. He's not even starting to get up at the time, when time hits. So I don't know.
Dude, I feel like I saw a video a while back. It was like Jack Reese saying he gave Fury like that low extra time because of the championship fight on the last round. Like, I think Jack Reese said he started the count late on purpose. I could just be tripping, but I feel like I saw that a while back.
No, I've seen that. He did say that he counted slow.
Oh, that son of a bitch.
Oh, so he must have had money on Tyson Fury.
Someone was paying him.
Yeah. Well, one thing I can say certainly before we move on is that if that was Tony Weeks counting that, it would have been a win for Tyson Fury when he hit the ground. Ha 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 ha. Raleigh Romero joke. All right, nobody. All right, moving along.
You lost me.
Yeah. Him stopping Barroso when Barroso was winning. Yeah. So,
Right.
Right. If you have to explain it, it wasn't funny. Shanada, you had something to say about your lottery situation.
Yeah, I didn't get drawn for tickets to Inoue.
None whatsoever?
None.
Huh.
No. So it's all Google translated Japanese, but I think I can enter a redraw for any tickets that weren't actually purchased. Next week. And after that, you can only resell them online because they have a name attached to them. So they have to sell them back to Racket and or whoever it is. So I'm gonna keep my eye out, but I don't think I'm gonna get to go. So I am now on the lookout for sports bars in Chiba.
He's like a superstar there, right? So he should be okay. We should find something.
Yeah, it's more me not being able to find a sports bar. They're pretty rare actually here, and most of them just have DAZN. So, which covers all of the soccer and baseball in Japan, which is mostly all they show.
Yeah, I know that the J1 in soccer is really big in the Asian tournament.
Yeah, and they do have just a national professional league here as well. So, yeah, I'm super bummed about that. I was so excited to see Inoue live. It's honestly one of the reasons why I applied for this job.
Damn, that's dedication.
That is dedication.
I mean, I needed a job, so, but still.
That was a selling factor for that one in particular.
It definitely was.
Honestly, that would have very much been a strong consideration for me too. If I were looking around and one of them was in Japan, like, oh shit, man, like I could go see Inoue. Fuck, yeah, I want to go.
Yeah, and like this is pretty close to Tokyo too and everything. It makes it easy.
Yeah.
Even on a Tuesday night, I could get there after work.
Anything before we get into our review block?
I think we covered it all.
It's a pretty sad one for me. It should be sad for everyone. We're reviewing from November 5th up to yesterday, November 18th. Starting on the 11th, I remember saying about this, if you want to talk about British jobbers, go to Discord, because I don't have the fucking time for it. But this may be one of the more entertaining cards of the entire block. It's really unfortunate. So,
you sell it so well.
I know, I'm doing a really good job. Ishmael Davis stops Ewan McKenzie. Ewan, whatever. In 8.
Ewan.
Ewan?
It's Ewan.
Ewan.
Yeah.
Mark Dickinson stops Grant Dennis in 5. These are middleweights. Davis McKenzie was our 154s. And then Shabazz Masood split decision over Jose San Martin, welterweights. I don't know enough about these guys to really say anything.
Dude, me either.
About them in the bigger picture. I remember
No.
Red knows who San Martin is for whatever reason. Well, we'll move on from that and get into the travesty. Absolute fucking travesty that was the Top Rank card.
Oh, yes.
On Thursday, November 16th, leading into Formula One weekend. We're going to go from the bottom up here just to get these other things out of the way so we can all commiserate on the main event together. Emiliano Vargas, he stops Brandon Mendoza in 2. This was a 6-round fight at lightweight. Abdullah Mason stops Jose Cardenas in 2. Another 6-round lightweight. Between those two, they both look really awesome. I think Top Rank has some really solid prospects right here. And you can build them up to be rivals in parallel before some kind of culmination later on in their careers. Like Vargas comes from the Fighting Vargas family, so he has that kind of pedigree. Whereas Abdullah Mason is, I think he's a little bit more self-made here. So that's kind of fun. Troy Isley.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I want to say this, that I've been following him for quite a while. Him, Keyshawn Davis, Abdullah Mason, a lot of these young top-ranked guys. I've been keeping up with them for a while. And this is the best that Troy Isley has looked in quite some time. And that is saying very little of this performance because it was not very good.
It was not good at all.
I really tried. Like, I tried my best to find some silver linings, but there wasn't a whole lot. Vladimir Hernandez, I know that he fights typically at 154, so I'm not sure if moving to 160 was a problem. Regardless, it didn't seem to be, because it seemed like Troy Isley got more than he could handle here. I think we've found the ceiling for Troy Isley, which is unfortunate.
Not much to say about him. I mean, it wasn't a good performance, so yeah.
I really wanted him to be something special because I thought he had the makings, but
Fortunately, he is not him.
nope. Maybe he could fight Nico Ali Walsh.
Oh, that'd be kind of fun.
And that would actually would be pretty fitting for both of them.
That'd be a fun fight to watch.
Yeah.
I would throw a pizza on that one. I'm not sure who.
I'd probably go with Nico, to be honest with you. Which that
If
should
it goes
give.
to the cards.
Yeah, if it goes to the cards, especially. But I don't know. I think Nico might have the goods to win this level of a fight.
Is he fighting soon?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care. If he comes across like the cards that as I'm like scouting them to put them into the outline, then sure, I'll pay attention. But I don't follow him around. I don't give a fuck about him or his career.
Oh god, this is funny. Tell you the truth, I just don't care.
I don't. But fun fact about Nico Ali Walsh is that he's Muhammad Ali's grandson. I don't know if you knew this, but I know that they really tried to keep that under wraps.
I thought he was Mike Tyson's son.
Oh, damn it.
Wrong guy, I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of wrong guy, Emmanuel Navarrete gets the majority draw over Robson Conceição.
What a good fight.
Yeah, this was the WBO 130 title. They always phlegm the R on Robson. I'm not doing that. I'm really sorry, buddy. Like, get a different letter or something. I don't know. But this was a really, really entertaining fight. Navarrete does what he does, but Conceição, holy shit, the heart and the grit, the persistence. Man,
And that's the best Conceição's looked in a while.
It is, unfortunately. He went from getting like double leg takedown by Shakur Stevenson, and he lost to somebody else. Oscar Valdez, that's right. Oscar Valdez.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he did.
Those were his 3 title shots.
He does always show up,
Yes.
and he is always in it.
Yeah.
I like watching Conceição fights. You know that they're not going to be boring.
Yeah, he really does give everything he has. So I'm hopeful that they don't relegate him to like the Troy Isley segment of the card. He deserves a rematch here. I think Navarrete said the same thing. Like, this was an amazing.
Yeah.
This was great. This is what the fans love. This is what I love. I want to do it again.
I do think he loses a rematch, though.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too.
I would
Never
say
has dynamite in his hands.
He would get stopped in the rematch. I think. Nav. Oh my goodness. Is it more Conceição is super tough that he wasn't going down or wasn't being stopped with the monster shots that he was eating? Or like did we overestimate Navarrete's power?
No, I think it was Conceição. I think he
Yeah.
has a hell of a chin, and I think his defense is good enough. They weren't landing as flush as they looked.
He was really like rolling with a lot of it. So it was really well played.
He's a tough son of a bitch. That's all it is.
Well, you know who's not a tough son of a bitch?
Oh my God.
I don't want to get into it.
You
I don't
know,
want to get into it.
Shakur Stevenson gets the unanimous decision over Edwin De Los Santos to win the WBC lightweight title.
I'm just gonna say one thing and one thing only about this, and that's it. Never let Shakur headline a main event ever again, and fucking fire Tim Bradley too while they're at it. That's all I gotta say.
Oh. Stevenson is always boring. I hate his style of boxing. It's not fun.
No, it's unfortunately the as much as I appreciated Andre Ward during his time, like, but it is that kind of fighting. It's just really grimy, and it's like just enough to roll over the finish line.
I didn't like Ward either, so. Or Rigondeaux. They're all just boring.
Rigondeaux's a little different, I think, from those two. Rigondeaux doesn't fight as much into or out of a clinch as Shakur does or Ward did.
But he's all about avoiding damage
and waiting for the one big
part
counter.
Of the game, and just throwing 3 punches around.
Yeah, Red tried to count the punches, and I think he fell asleep before he could finish the fight.
Weren't there multiple rounds where together they didn't hit double digits?
Yes, there were multiple rounds where single-digit punches, not power punches or not jabs, punches were landed. Absolutely revolting. Stevenson said that he was that something wasn't right. He refused to specify, saying he didn't want to give any excuses. But he did say something was wrong. They were speculating that it was a hand issue.
If your hand is so messed up that you can only throw 3 punches around, don't back out of the fight.
Right.
Bro, the only thing that was wrong.
Could win without throwing punches. Just don't do it.
The only thing that was wrong is he's a bitch. That's it.
Yeah.
Nav Quintessa as the main event would have been the heat getting into Formula One.
Let me tell you, Tio, Lopez, and Tank, fucking steamroll Shakur. Steamroll.
I honestly would have, before that, I would have picked Stevenson to be able to handle Tank. I'm not like school him or anything, but he would have been able to handle it. But no, I'm not certain of that anymore.
And I hope we never ever get the fight made for Devin Haney and Shakur.
Oh my god!
Lowest ticket sales of the century.
What would be lower, the number of punches thrown or ticket sales?
Punches thrown. They buy enough tickets themselves to hand out to make it look good.
Imagine, instead of getting paid after a fight, you gotta pay for the fight because no one showed up. That's what it'd be like.
It's a negative check.
Yeah. Yeah, never let that fight happen. Never ever let that fight happen. I don't care.
A few years ago, David Avanesian was fighting Shane Mosley Sr. Not too far from me, and Shane Mosley himself was like riding his bike around the entertainment area nearby is called Westgate. He was biking around Westgate trying to sell tickets himself.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That's tough.
How the mighty have fallen.
Mm.
But Stevenson, that was terrible. I know that you're listening, so do better next time. Do better next time, buddy. I know you can. I've seen you do it. Moving along, in Manchester, Queensberry Promotions. I tried to watch these. I could not get into it, really. Some of them were okay, but... So, Harry Scarf, unanimous decision over Ekau Essuman. These are welterweights.
Dude, what a crazy name.
Yeah.
Harry Scarf.
Just saying.
Solomon, I didn't even hear how they pronounced it. Dakers versus Michael Webster. It was a majority decision for Solomon. And Liam Davies gets a stoppage in 5 over Vincenzo Lafamina. This one was actually pretty entertaining. The 4th and 5th rounds were really entertaining here. So worth checking out the highlights. Liam Davies does not look at all like what I was expecting. He looks like a fucking dweeb that learned how to fight. But obviously he's doing something right, so...
His name is Liam. I picture a nerdy guy when they're called Liam.
I have feelings about that name. And they're not very good.
Huh?
It's a tale for another time. Nick Ball gets the UD over Isaac Dogbe.
Let's go.
Featherweights. So I know, Drip, you were big on Nick Ball, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, buddy.
What did you see about what impressed you most in this?
Honestly, his combinations and just his punch output. He could keep going for rounds. It looked like he was not tired. He got clipped a lot though. His defense is definitely still a little lacking. He got wobbled, I think, a few times, but his combinations and output were spectacular. And he's got some grit. He's definitely no slouch.
Do you think that maybe he wasn't worried about Dogbe's power, and so he was more comfortable letting go? Could that have been a possibility, or just like shortcomings?
I don't know. I would say shortcomings because, again, he got wobbled a few times, it looks like. So I think he was just risking it more than just not worry about his power.
Okay.
But I don't know. I like Nick Ball a lot. I think he's solid to watch.
Trying to think. I saw people mentioning, and I don't know if it was a joke, but they were mentioning that Dogbe had another pretty entertaining and schizoid rant, but I didn't see it after I watched. As I was watching it, I didn't see it.
I'm not sure. I didn't hear about that.
That was probably just them talking about Dogbe in general. So that's unfortunate. Also unfortunate. This Nathan Heaney, majority decision over Denzel Bentley. These are middleweights. It was entertaining for the bits that I watched. I didn't watch the whole thing, I admit. I was mostly here for Nick Ball and Isaac Dogbe, and a little bit of Liam Davies. If I had not seen it was a stoppage for Davies, I wouldn't have watched it. But yeah, Nathan Heaney and Denzel Bentley put on a good fight. Hopefully they do that again, because they are both good enough to beat each other up and also bad enough to get beaten up by the other guy. So that's always entertaining. And it's two Brits beating each other up, so everyone wins here.
Yeah, we all win.
Win-win.
Everybody wins but the Brits. Right, let's move along to LA. Let's go from the bottom up, because I didn't watch these. If you have anything to say about these two, please jump in. Jonathan Rodriguez stops Khalid Yafai in 1. This was a 10-round fight.
Yafai is completely washed. He needs to retire.
He was pretty bad against when he got dropped by Ancient Chocolatito.
Yeah, no, this was bad.
Yeah.
Like, somebody needs to take away his license to fight bad.
I gotta go check it out then. Because
he got viciously knocked out. Oh, damn.
I mean, KO1s typically are vicious, but...
Well, he wasn't, knocked out cold on the canvas, but every shot landed and every shot rattled him, and he's done. He needs to walk away before something bad happens.
Poor bastard.
Poor guy. I remember him being one of the dark horses at super flyweight when Roman Gonzalez, Juan Francisco Estrada.
Oh wait, he retired.
Did he?
Yeah, he retired this morning. Looks like, actually.
All right. Well.
Well, good call.
Good for
work.
him.
They said he retired. Wow.
Good for him.
That is the right decision after that performance. It was almost sad.
All right, a women's title changes hands. The WBA Super Bantamweight previous champion Mayerlin Rivas gets just edged out by Erica Hernandez, who was the third-rated contender in the WBA. Again, didn't see it, so I'm not sure if there's anything worth highlighting here.
It was a pretty fun fight. There were lots of punches thrown. Erica Hernandez is a bit of a swarmer, and
swarming types.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good fight. It's worth a watch.
All right.
But I also like Erica Hernandez because she's a pressure swarmer who just eats punches. Like, she did not care. She was getting countered and just walking through it.
Take two to
fun.
give four?
Take two. Well, take four to give two, maybe.
Okay.
But I agreed with the decision. I was glad she won, but it was close. And I saw people online thought it should have went the other way.
Well, when it's a majority decision, that's fair enough. Or no, this is okay. It's kind of it's arguable, I would suppose.
Yeah.
All right, the main event was Diego Pacheco. He stops Marcelo Caceres in the 9th, if memory serves. These are super middleweights. It was a 10-rounder. They had some fucking belt things that aren't real around. They were talking about Diego Pacheco being rated highly in all 4 of the major sanctioning bodies, so that's good. Like, I had him at 5-3 in, I want to say, the IBF and WBC, but I don't recall off the top of my head. Regardless, so Diego Pacheco, is he in the conversation of the top super middleweights?
Define top. What would you say top is?
Well, I'm gonna say not Benavidez, not Canelo, because those are too high, definitely out of his reach. Caleb Plant, Billy Joe Saunders.
Yeah, maybe.
I would say right below them.
Right below. Let me pull this up. You know, everyone's favorite box rec. So we all know how accurate it is.
Yeah, I think knocking on the door of the top, maybe.
He's only
I
22.
didn't think Pacheco looked that good to start with.
He did not.
In this fight. But once he remembered that he likes to throw punches.
I think, like, once he gets comfortable, like, that's when he's in his zone. I don't know if he gets, like, is it like stage fright or something, or
maybe Caceres was a little tougher than he expected, because he was tougher than I was expecting too. I thought this was kind of, since this was his first fight, like, in his home part of LA. So I thought maybe it was a little bit of that.
Maybe we give you do Pacheco and Terrell next for a big test.
So we got Pacheco at number 15. Above him is Beck the Bully.
Ooh, that'd be a fun fight.
Pacheco and Beck would be fun.
That would be
I
good.
would like to see that.
Man, pressure Beck versus rangy Pacheco. That's good stuff. Oslis Iglesias, I don't know who that is. Edgar Berlanga at number 12.
Oh, actually, Berlanga and him would be fun too.
Pacheco
Berlanga's
Berlanga.
pretty trash.
He is. He's good enough to be a decent test.
Yeah, I like that actually.
William Skull. Great one. That's a good name, dude. Go with that.
Never change, buddy. Never
Yeah,
change.
keep that going. Vladimir Shishkin. I don't know enough to say. I know his name, but I don't know enough to say about him. David Morrell, fucking negative. Do not do that.
Yeah, no.
Caleb Plant, maybe a little bit out of reach.
Yeah, out of reach though.
Derevyanchenko?
Too out of reach though.
You think so?
I think he's so much of a technician.
Huh.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, actually,
He's
yeah.
old. He's really old.
I was gonna say he is kind of older, but that's a tough one to
know.
call.
Derevyanchenko's looked good lately, though.
He did look good
Yeah.
against Munguia.
That's too tough of a call. I would say too soon to be on
Too
the safe
soon?
side.
Okay. Christian Mbili.
Like, Pacheco's pretty young, isn't he?
He's 22.
22.
Yeah, I don't think you need to push him up that fast.
Not yet. All right. Christian Mbili, who is 28. He's he is another like swarmer type, heavy, high pressure, high output. Man, that sounds really good. He's rated higher than a lot of these guys, but I don't think that he really deserves it.
That'd be a good step up then, actually.
Yeah, Mbili would be a good step up. John Ryder.
I
I don't think so.
don't know. I don't think so. That'd be kind of tough.
Ryder's the one that looks like a gorilla, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't think he's quite ready for him yet.
Andrade, I'm going to say no.
No.
Munguia, as much as I dislike him, no. Benavidez, no. And Alvarez, no.
No. Yeah, Berlanga, Beck.
I like the
Really?
Beck fight.
Yeah, the Beck one's
I think-
that's a good fight.
I think Pacheco beats him, but I think it'd be fun.
It'll be fun while it lasts. Beck is he can be reckless.
Yeah, I think Beck gets timed and just knocked out, but
What about Zach Parker?
I know his name, but I don't know enough about him, so I can't really tell you.
Yeah, 29 years old, 24-1, is it? 23-1, sorry, yeah, 24, wow. 23-1, 29 years old. He lost to
I
John
do
Ryder.
recognize him. Yeah,
This
I
might-
saw the Ryder fight.
This might not be too bad, actually.
Jesse Hart is decent if you want to keep it in the U.S.
Either way, it looks like Pacheco has like some options.
He has
but
options.
let's not reach too far for him.
Carlos Gongora, he just last time I saw him, he lost to Mbili, and that was very entertaining. Gongora's super tough. But enough of that. So yeah, Diego Pacheco, he's moving up the ladder. He's got options, and he's got Eddie money behind him.
Daddy Hearn.
Yep. All right, let's move into our preview section here from the November 19th to December 2nd. Really quickly, Nikita Zhu is fighting Dylan Biggs. It's an Australian thing, so, you know, if you want to catch that on a Wednesday, well, for us, Wednesday morning or something, that'll be kind of fun.
Dude, I totally mixed up Nikita Zhu with the Nikita Abibi. What was it? Abibi? I don't know what the fuck his last name is, but I totally mixed them up for a second.
I honestly thought Nikita was a girl's name until I saw the second name.
Could still be. Oh. All right. Another Queensberry card. This is Liam Williams. Liam Williams versus Florian Cardos. Middleweights. They don't have the number of rounds decided yet, so that's kind of telling. That's on Friday, November 24th. Now, on the 25th, we got two. We have the rematch. Chantel Cameron versus Katie Taylor. Super lightweight, undisputed. Chantel Cameron's trying to run it back. Katie Taylor, rematch. What is it? Revenge or... I don't know the...
Repeat or revenge.
Repeat or revenge. There you go. That's the one. But the rest of the card doesn't look very appealing. I just picked out the two that I kind of thought were worth discussing a little bit. Gary Coley versus Reese Mold. Gary Coley is the guy who got stopped by Jose Felix, I think it was. So that's kind of fun. 10-round lightweights. And boxing sweetheart Sky Nicholson versus Lucy Wildheart. These are featherweights. Nicholson Hearn. That's right.
Okay.
She's hyphenating.
I'm not a huge fan of Sky, to be honest. I don't know why. I just don't really like her.
I don't know much about her, like personally. There's only just like one key fact that I have. Otherwise, I don't. It's real. I'm here for the memes. That's really it.
Fair enough.
Mrs. Matchroom.
Wildheart is a great last name for a boxer, though.
Quite.
Yeah, right.
Also, the lion from Care Bears. His name was Wildheart.
So do we think Sky wins this, or?
I'm certain that Eddie set his mistress up properly.
His mistress. Crazy.
The lion from Care Bears.
What it is?
That is his name.
Wildheart?
Wildheart. That's great.
Oh fuck! It really is.
I'm taking it because that's
No,
I am.
Wait, it's Wonderheart, isn't it?
No. Wonderheart was the pink one that used to babysit the twins, I think.
Huh. All right, let me get Care Bears off my Google search history before start asking questions.
This is great. Well, at least you're not a brony, I guess.
Let me start looking up like Sky Nicholson, whatever.
Oh, no. I am wrong. When you Google Wildheart from Care Bears, you get some fox I've never seen. So.
Oh no.
Let's go to the PBC card. It's a PBC pay-per-view on Showtime. Last Showtime fight ever. Showtime boxing is done after this.
Wah, wah, wah.
All right, so from the bottom up, just a couple of ones that are worth keeping an eye on. Vito Milnicki versus Alexis Flores. These are 10-round super welterweights. Sergey Lipinets, welcome back, versus Michel Rivera, also welcome back. 12-round super lightweights. Jermall Charlo versus Jose Benavidez.
Weird fight.
Very weird. 10-round middleweights.
Go off though.
Yeah, got to see what's up after almost 3 years away.
Yeah, dude's been away for 3 years. The dude's been shot. This is a crazy ass fight to set up.
Hector Garcia is finally back versus Lamont Roach. 12-round super featherweights. WBA title on the line. This is Hector Garcia's first fight since Tank messed up his eyes in a very serious way.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they are doing.
Yeah, definitely these are get-backs for Jermall and Hector. Lamont is not a whole lot. So I believe he campaigns at 126. So pulling him up, and he's not a puncher at that weight, so definitely not pulling him up as a serious challenge.
Mm-hmm.
And co-main, Subriel Matias versus Shojahan Ergashev. IBF super lightweight title on the line. I don't know who Ergashev is, but I saw people were excited about him for some reason. I don't know what it is.
Not a clue.
I was just going to see if I recognize his face. Oh, I do recognize his face. I've seen him fight, but I don't remember anything.
And in the main event, David Benavidez versus Demetrius Andrade. Super middleweight fight. Good stuff. We talked about this last time we recorded because I had overshot. Now I'm going to cut in that audio because it was fucking funny. So there's that. But Benavidez versus Andrade, I don't know. Like, we were really talking about not if Andrade really has a chance to win. It's just like how long does he last? Does he see to the end or not? Yeah, I'm not so sure.
I don't think so.
But what if he does win?
Caleb Plant barely fucking made it. Yeah, that was a what if he does win. That was asked last time, and I'll say the same thing. I will shit in my own pants if Andrade beats Benavidez. I would be in complete disbelief. I would not be able to control my anything, let alone my bowels.
You're missing your bowel movement.
Yeah. Benavidez losing to Andrade would be unbelievable. It really is a little bit too comical to consider.
So hear me out. Let's play like a little bit of devil's advocate. Where do we actually rate Andrade? Like, is he really that bad, or did he always just oversell himself too much and never got any good fights?
Yes, he overvalued himself and priced himself out of a lot of good fights. I know he is decent, but I know that he's also he can be hit, and he has been put down by much lower opposition than David Benavidez.
Mm-hmm.
So unless he has refined himself beyond that, which I honestly don't think he has. I think he's one of those guys that's like stuck in his ways, or he's set in his ways because he hasn't been really challenged or tested yet. So he has no reason to think that he needs to change anything. So that's why I'm not so sure that he has a good chance of going the distance with Benavidez, let alone beating him. So I'm not sure.
Tough call. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like he's not bad at all, like Andrade, but I guess we just haven't really seen him against like good competitions really test that.
Yep. Olantis Fox put him down.
But if he wins,
yes, I'll lose my mind.
Leo will shit himself.
I will shit in my pants.
You heard it here first.
I would rather not, but I can send you a photo of it.
I'd prefer not to see it.
Yeah,
prefer not to.
Would rather not have to do that.
I think the expression is enough for me.
Yeah. Thank you. It's a figurative shitting of the pants. Man, I'm not sure. I'll just cut in the audio that we had before.
Mm-hmm.
So, because we had a lot of fun there. All right, took me a second, but I was able to find it. This is the audio that got cut from the last release. This is about Benavidez and Andrade. It's the card in Vegas. It is Benavidez versus Andrade.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's go from the bottom up here. Hector Garcia is back. Fucking finally back. He's defending his WBA belt against Lamont Roach.
There are too many Garcias. I have to look up which one's Hector.
He's the one with bald head, goatee, got knocked out by Tank.
Okay.
And Lamont Roach is... it's obvious what this is. This is just a get back.
I looked up Hector Garcia and got a local CPA in my area, so
that makes perfect sense. Moving up the card, we have Subriel Matias versus Shojahan Ergashev. This is the IBF 140. Some people were high, like when the undercard was announced. Some people in Discord were really excited about Ergashev because I don't know who this guy is.
Yeah, those names don't sound familiar.
He's 23-0. I'm not seeing anybody on his record that I recognize. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is about him. He's another Uzbek, so there's going to be some decent talent there.
Oh, I feel like I have seen him before, though.
His nickname is the Descendant of Tamerlane.
That is not a good nickname.
Wait, huh? What was that?
His nickname is the Descendant of Tamerlane. I'm sorry.
Like a video game. Descendant of Tamerlane. There's no way him and his team sat around and said, "Yeah, man, that's a good nickname."
It's a Mongolian warlord. His Tamerlane is what he was called in another language, but his name is Timur.
Still not
Yeah,
sold.
I think
Still not sold.
It's similar to saying descendant of like Genghis Khan.
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
you
that's
crazy
actually
ass
really a really good analogy there. His empire was around modern-day Afghanistan, Iran, parts of Central Asia.
It's still not a good nickname.
It's
even if
it's
it-
absolutely not.
There's no way. There's no way his team, his manager, family all sat around and said, "Yeah,
Good
should
one."
go with that."
Or
Yeah, totally.
he suggests it, and everyone's like, "Are you sure? Like, you maybe want to come up with another one?" And he's very insistent that he's going to be that. Yeah, you sure?
Hey, listen, bro, get it how you live.
All right then. You sure you don't want to be like fucking Elephant Dong or something? No, you don't want to be Elephant Dong. Okay, fine.
Sure.
Right, so that is that. Shojahan Elephant Dong Urgashev. That's what we're calling him now. That's the official Lux Media line. That's for the IBF title. I don't know enough about Urgashev to really say anything. I just know that Matthias is a beast. Literally has a body count. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I understand.
Yes. All right. Main event. David Benavidez, 12-rounder against Demetrius Andrade.
Wait, isn't Charlo and Jose Benavidez on this?
Yes, that's right. It's not on my source here. Hold on a second. Let me see if
I'm just on the PBC website.
Hmm.
Jose cracked out in this picture. They used a terrible picture.
Holy shit, dog. I have more complete information than fucking BoxRec.
Oh no.
All right, I'm only using myself as a source now. I'm just gonna put like sources say, and it's just gonna mean me.
Source, trust me, bro.
Yeah. Yes. Jermall Charlo's back. Bless his heart. Finally, he's back. The WBC middleweight champion, quote unquote, versus Jose Benavidez Jr., who is a quote unquote middleweight. He's absolutely not. This is just the get back. Charlo's gonna beat the shit out of Benavidez, assuming that Charlo's fit mentally and physically. He's just gonna beat the Christ out of Benavidez.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how are we gonna see Charlo coming back? Like,
I'm not
there's a lot
sure.
of questions unanswered.
Yeah, there really is a lot of questions coming into this.
He does always look physically fit,
Yes.
but I mean, looks can be deceiving as well.
Man,
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna side with Charlo winning.
oh, Benavidez
But-
is beyond shot. Pun absolutely intended.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah, quite. Man, even if he wins this, like he's got Carlos Adames breathing down his neck. Like, where's my title shot? I'm the interim champion while you were off, figuring out what you had to figure out. I've been fucking stacking bodies over here. What have you
done?
Yeah, what have you been doing? You either give me that shit or get in the ring. So we'll see how Charlo looks. I think that is what the biggest thing to take away from this is. How does he look in his return? Anything
I'll
more on
try next
Charlo?
one.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
So the 12-round super middleweight, David Benavidez. He changed his name. He's no longer the Red Flag. He's now the Mexican Monster.
Which is terrible.
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, you are not the monster. There is only one monster. You can't have the same nickname.
Demetrius Andrade is finally doing something.
Questionable. Honestly, predictions. Let's bang them out for this one. Benavidez by KO in the. Give me the 8th round.
When did Plant get stopped? I think, or was that a decision?
I don't remember. Let's take a look real quick.
Plant versus Benavidez?
It was a UD.
I think it was a stoppage.
Okay.
No, it was a UD. I just checked. So there's So yeah, if that's the case, if Plant went the distance, I'm gonna give Andrade under. I'm going with the 10 as the under.
Okay.
10 or less.
So we're giving Andrade absolutely no chance, right? Is that what we're aiming towards here?
Yeah, this is kind of a formality for Benavidez here.
Yeah, I was also gonna pick around, so I don't think anybody thinks Andrade's gonna make the bell, really.
That would be his victory and defeat, is not getting stopped. Because if Alonso Fox can fucking deck you, like, Benavidez is going to sleep you.
But now imagine he wins though.
This would be another instance of where I shit my fucking pants. Except this is in a bad way. Usyk winning is in a good way.
Yeah, this one's in the worst way. This one I go on a bender in the worst way possible.
Yes. Wake up in a gutter instead of a different state.
Like trenches.
I really don't like Andrade either. I think he should just slowly disappear.
I thought he had. I thought he was. It seemed like he was going in that direction. Then PBC picked him back up.
Yeah, but why? Why didn't they just let him fade into non-existence?
He's a known enough quantity to be marketable.
I guess.
I don't like the guy either. So I'm really trying to look at this from like put my business hat on. And
there's just not much to really say about this fight.
Right.
Like, we can't make a case for him. It's the worst part.
Right. Moving along. Why are these out of order? The Wednesday before, on the 22nd, the same day as the Nikita Zoo fight, is a Pro Box TV card. Wednesday night fights. Go definitely check that out because they're really fun. All right, Friday, December 1st, another renowned author, Tevin Farmer, is fighting Patrick O'Keen. I'm saying O'Keen. Patrick O'Keen. These are super featherweights, 8 rounds at the 2300 in Philly, PA. There you go.
I apparently missed Farmer's last 2 fights.
Yeah.
I think
so did everyone else.
The last one I saw was against Joseph Diaz, and he had a really weird twitch going on at the end. Do you guys remember that?
I'll be honest, I don't.
I can't say I do.
Okay, when it's just because people were on the internet making fun of his eyes, and that is not what I was talking about. After the fight, when they were interviewing him, he kept, like, his eyes would jerk to the left and his head would twitch. It really looked like something had been kind of messed up in his head, which is why I was surprised to see he was still fighting.
He's been on really easy fights, short time frames, and very unheralded opposition.
Yeah, well, so that Diaz fight was in 2020, and he's had 2 fights in 2023 against people I've never heard of.
Yep.
So I wonder if there wasn't actually some damage done in that fight that gave him that weird twitch in the interviews.
Could be. I haven't heard anything about it, though. Well, it could be worth looking into.
I haven't heard anyone talking about it, but after the podcast, just go watch that interview after that fight. There's something really weird going on.
Just can't believe he has a book.
It's how to improve your boxing. I mean,
it's the fighter's Bible.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'll try to get in touch with R&B Promotions. See if I can ask them what's up.
Yeah.
Hey, this Twitch right here, man. What's going on?
Well, you know, I'm curious because it's good to see that he's back. But what the hell was that?
Yeah, like I was worried about it. Like, not that I know him or anything, but you never like to see people get permanently injured.
Absolutely.
And then I hadn't heard anything about him for 3 years, so I was surprised to see you had him on the outline. I kind of thought he had quietly retired.
Oh no, he is quietly returning, and we here at B-Sides Boxing and Lux Media in general are very much behind Tevin Farmer, All-American lad from Philly.
Oh yeah, everybody loves fighters from Philly.
Everybody loves Tevin Farmer. He's great.
I bet you he got into boxing because people bullied him. So I always like when those guys do well.
That would not surprise me if that was the case. But yeah, really glad to see it. Any more accolades or adoration to pour onto Tevin Farmer before we move along?
Nah,
he always has good color combos.
Yeah, his outfits are pretty slick. They really are. Yeah. Who is not slick? Mickey fucking Conlon. He's back.
What the hell?
In Belfast. I have the mention in passing ticks because I'm really trying to limit myself from shitting on Mickey Conlon as much as I can.
I actually kind of like Mickey Conlon.
He used to be with Top Rank.
Yeah.
Am I goofing here? Hold
no, he used to be.
Hold on a second.
He's had a couple fights with Matchroom. He's been on DAZN twice.
So this is with Matchroom. I'm pretty sure that he fought Venado, that was Queensberry / Top Rank. That was Luis Lopez. Kareem Guerfi. That's fucking weird. All right, whatever. I don't know why I even looked into it. I don't care one bit. I don't know who Jordan Gill is, but I really hope he wins.
Jordan Gill's also fought on DAZN a couple times. He's not bad, but I think Conlon's gonna beat him.
If he's not bad, then I'm riding with him. Anything to see Mickey Conlon knocked out of the fucking ring again. Tyrone McKenna versus Lewis Crocker, welterweights, is the co-main. Yeah, it was about that point when I realized I really don't care about the rest of it. So if you want to talk about that shit, hit me up in Discord. We'll talk all about it. I haven't seen more of the card being announced yet. I might have escaped me, but the Golden Boy has a card in Houston at the Toyota Center. It's Ryan Garcia. He's back versus Oscar Duarte. 12 rounds at lightweight. This is being billed at, not super light. So I'll have to check, make sure I got my shit right. But yeah, Ryan Garcia's back. Still some time to go, so I think, yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll find out more in the coming days. I'll post up info on social media as it becomes available.
I am not a Ryan Garcia fan, so.
Pretty boy?
Yeah. Also, he has the worst tattoos in boxing, I swear to God.
I don't know about that, dog. I mean,
I don't know about the worst.
There's some pretty bad ones out there.
Yeah.
They're every cliche you can hit. They don't go together at all. Oh, speaking of tattoos, the fights yesterday, the one guy had 2 unicorns kissing on his pec, and it was the best thing I've ever seen.
What?
Yeah, I got.
How did I not see this? What?
I thought that one cat meme. Huh?
Yeah, Coseries. I'm pretty sure.
Coseries.
Yeah. He had 2 unicorns kissing on his left pec.
I fucking butchered Coseries' name, and my thing came up as Cougars. That's not what I wanted. I mean, I'm wrong, but was it 2 unicorns?
Here, yep. I got it. Yep, that's 2 unicorns fucking
2 unicorns kissing.
That's 2 unicorns. Check this out. I'm gonna put it in the chat here.
Dude, son of a bitch, it really is.
What the fuck?
I think it's great. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I respect it. It's pretty tough. What's the story behind it?
That's what I would like to know.
No idea.
Well, this
it's
initials
got
looks
a
like
name over top of it, I think.
It looks like initials L and M. I'm assuming M is for Marcelo. Is he married?
Probably. Anyway, I like.
Yeah. Fun fact.
Yeah, there you go. Ryan Garcia's tats not as cool as that. Apparently.
They are not. They're all cliche.
I know he has
want
like
a lion
lions and crowns and stuff.
Have you seen the sword with the crowns going down his back?
That one is pretty cool.
All right.
Ryan Garcia.
He's got the
tattoos.
like Mexican swallows. I don't know. They're just all cliches. It's like he walked in and was like, "I want to look like a boxer, please."
That's a good
I
one.
gotta fix my Google search history.
All right, so he has on his left pec a lion with a crown, and then on the right pec he has a lion with something, but I can't tell what it is.
I have to pull up a picture to remember where they all are, but he's got a swallow somewhere too.
It looks like a dove on his right shoulder.
I think he's gotten more lately as well. I don't know. I just don't really like Ryan Garcia, and any reason to hate on him is a good reason.
All right.
My Google history is Care Bears and Ryan Garcia. This is terrible.
And Tevin Farmer.
It's Tevin Farmer's damn book.
Yeah. All right. If we're done shitting on Ryan Garcia's tattoos, got a little bit of nerd news on the way out. All right, let's get to it. So the Nevada State Athletic Commission announced new drug testing thresholds that that will be considered acceptable or not, right? Excuse me. So the first one that they mentioned is the selective androgen receptor modulators. This is 0.1 nanograms per milliliter of testing fluids. This is not a steroid in and of itself, but it is steroid adjacent. It's I think it does the stamina kind of thing.
Yeah, I think it makes it so your body's more efficient at using hormones.
Next, we have the same number, 0.1 nanograms per milliliter. It's GW501516 and any of its metabolites. This is known on the market as hold on a second, let me make sure. Endurable. That's what it is. So it's a stamina booster. It's been ruled out of use, not just because it's a performance enhancing substance, but it does cause accelerated cancer growth in a few different internal organs.
I am so sorry. I did the thing. Excellent left.
Oh, that's fine. Let's see.
Didn't even notice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I was in the middle of a nerd shit. So, next one is called dihydrochloromethyltestosterone. It's a fucking steroid. It's Turinabol is the market name. That's another 0.1 nanograms per milliliter. And clomiphene. You may remember this from Connor Ben. Another 0.1 nanograms per milliliter. It's a women's infertility medication, but an off-label usage is testosterone boost in men, or regulation in, I forget the name of it, but for older men whose testosterone production isn't up to snuff. So, but for like a younger athlete, it's going to make you a fucking monster, right? And the last one, this is 0.2 nanograms per milliliter, is epitrenbolone. It's a trenbolone metabolite, which is a straight up fucking steroid. These thresholds, this isn't like Nevada clamping down on anything in particular. These thresholds are already in place in California and in USADA, any organization that uses USADA for testing. One thing that they did change was that if you get caught with abnormal levels or above acceptable levels of this, it's not an immediate suspension and fine like it used to be. It is ruled an atypical result, and further investigations will happen after that. B samples and all the rest of it. So that's kind of fun. I think the clomiphene one is a direct result of Connor Ben. The other ones are just Nevada getting in line with the other major sports, other state athletic commissions. I imagine New York will be following suit soon enough. So there you go.
I'm surprised California lets the one in that's ruled cancerous.
Yeah.
California loves labeling everything as cancerous.
The Enduraball. Yeah. That one, yeah, that's kind of weird. They're really big on making sure that bananas are cancerous and stuff.
Your mattresses.
So
one of my mattresses had a tag that said, "This is not for sale in California because it causes cancer."
Oh, shenanigans.
Oh, Lord. California's at it again.
Yeah, it's one of those things, like, if everything's an emergency, then fucking nothing's an emergency. All right? So if you keep telling me everything causes cancer, then I'm just going to stop paying attention. Because it's too much. And fine. Fuck. I don't care. I'm eating Skittles. I don't care. That was a really fun thing to end on. So I'll try to put some markers in here for people to cut ahead and avoid the chemistry lesson. Just something to keep an eye on. Like, if they're doing this, something is up. It could be good, trying to clamp down on PED use, or it could be that they're like loosening restrictions a little bit, or like the pop being atypical result warranting further investigation is a little bit of a veer from tradition, and that's kind of how guys can get away with popping for something. Yeah, it's whatever. Keep an eye on those. And let's get ourselves out of here. Other shows on Lux Media Network. Ultimate Fucking Casual. We didn't record today, but we will be in a few days. So if you like MMA, definitely go check that out. Hardshell Tacos is a slice of life thing I do with a relative of mine. Progressive Patriots. It's a political show. And if the word progressive bothers you, then eat shit, and I don't care. Last one is kind of a new one. It's Ookie Spooky Stuff. It's a daily, every weekday we do it. Tarot and oracle and like astrology stuff. So whatever, if you're into that kind of shit, if you're into Ookie Spooky Stuff, definitely go check that out. I make my skepticism known every single episode, so that's fun. Another thing is internet stuff. Interacting with social media posts, rating and reviewing whatever show on your preferred podcast platform really does help a lot more than you may realize. So our socials handles is LVX Media Net on everything. If you want to contact us, if you have a comments, question about anything that was discussed, lvxmedia.net, hit the B-Sides boxing button, and there you go. There's a phone number for texting and calling, anonymous, unattended, or email address if that's what you prefer. Merch. Yeah, I've been putting some stuff together. Drip put something together, and it actually looks really good. The Drip collection is available. It's lvxmedia.net/shop, and that'll bring you to everything. We have a chibi Japanese monster boxer.
It's adorable.
Can't specify who that is, but if you know Japanese boxing, then you know who that is. So there you go. I'm also working on a bronze heavyweight American bomber. Yeah.
Ooh.
So that's kind of fun.
I'm listening.
Yeah, still working on it. Still trying to figure some stuff out, but it'll be up. I'll post on socials when it's up. So let's get to parting words. Anything to plug? Anything to say? Anything to... You want to quote Eddie Hearn's book?
Dude, I gotta look at the chapters again. Let me go last.
I don't have anything. Stay frosty.
Stay frosty. I like that. Fuck, I can't look at this now. But
send a Nastagram to Rakuten. Get Shernada in the fucking fights. Stop being jerks.
Stop being racist.
Got you right here. Okay, so it's still fuck Tyson Fury. Try something new this week. Whether it's a new food, new genre of music, new gym. Try something new. And check out the merch collection. If you use the code DRIP, Leo might give you 10% off your purchases. I can't promise that, but yeah, that's about it.
Right. If there's nothing else, then that's going to do it. Thanks for listening to this episode of B-Sides Boxing.
Peace out.
Thanks for listening to this episode of our podcast. If you have any questions or comments on what was discussed or have a topic you'd like to hear on the podcast, you can leave a message on our unattended phone line at 833-589-7637. That's 833-LUX-PODS. For more shows like the one you just listened to, go to lvxentertainment.net.